Hello, and welcome back to a playthrough of The Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion, heavily modded, featuring the Rebirth Plus and Hardmode collections, both of which are available from Nexus Mods. Now, this is only the second episode, and I mentioned something in the first episode that I wanted to go over very quickly. Whenever I play a game like an Elder Scrolls game, I never play just one character at a time. I usually end up making 3, 4, even more characters, each one a different build, featuring a different playstyle, and I like to run them all together. Now, I mentioned this, I am not going to be filming the same quests with multiple people if I can avoid it, except for maybe the arena, because that's a great way to test your builds. But I wanted to quickly, before we got going, show you the other characters I was going to be using and what their builds are. So the first one here, Artemis High Elf. That doesn't entirely matter, but oh, and the other thing was, every one of my characters is going to have a subtly different mod list. The core collections are the same, but each one is having something added on, like a new land or a quest or some big famous mod to see if they play well with these collections, if there are any conflicts, and just to try them out. There is a lot of content for Oblivion, not as much as Skyrim, but a lot of fun stuff to play with. So anyway, the first one here, I have a high elf named Artemis, but I mentioned this again last time as well. If you're familiar with the Spheres of Power, Spheres of Might system, a lot of these names might sound familiar to you, especially the Pathfinder versions. This character, his playthrough, he is also using ultimate leveling, like Skew that I mentioned last time, and he is going to be built around a really fun thing there is. In the Rebirth Plus collection, Supreme Magicka, I don't think it's the only magic mod that does this, but it's the one that we're using, features a spell called Mystic Hands. And what that does is, when you use it, you then equip a spell. It can be a touch spell or a ranged spell. It activates whenever you punch someone. So if it's a ranged spell, you can just shoot it by punching. If it's a touch spell, it won't activate unless you actually hit someone. But so you can combine destruction and hand-to-hand. And so that is what this character is going to be built around to try that out. He's going to be building up with hand-to-hand, destruction, as well as mysticism. Another fun thing about the Rebirth Plus collection, all of the absorb spells have been moved to mysticism. That's something you can do with Supreme Magicka. So I can have a lot of fun with him, punching people, draining their abilities, and adding them to myself. Okay, this is the next character, Rem. He is an Imperial. And one of the things that the person who made the hard mode collection suggests is deactivating ultimate leveling, because obviously ultimate leveling makes it easier to level up. One of the things that the hard mode collection of mods with Mascar and Ascuro's mods do is it slows down the leveling process, so it actually takes longer to level up. It's more hard mode, a little bit more grindy. So Rem is going to be getting rid of ultimate leveling. Instead, I'm going to be adding in some quality of life mods to make it a little bit easier to... For those of you who have played Oblivion, I'm sure you remember it can be a bit of a headache, the leveling system. So the ones that we've got for him, for Rem, are going to be a skill diary, which lets me track my attribute bonuses as I'm leveling up major and minor skills. An attribute one that makes attribute leveling ups carry over. So in the core Oblivion system, for example, if you run into a wall and leave your thing overnight and you get 20 increases to your athletics skill, the ones over and above what would bring your speed attribute to +5, and assuming that if you didn't use it that level, like, it would all be wiped out. But now this mod lets it carry over, so especially for things like athletics and acrobatics, racing speed, it can just accumulate and becomes easy. Another mod that makes it so mercantile levels up if you sell things in groups for each item. And then another one, which I think is really fun, which increases the amount of experience you get for using a bow, depending on if your target is moving, the distance to your target. So again, the more difficult the shot, the faster you level up. So those are all quality of life things, but at his heart, he's going to be using the default leveling up system. But because I want to try out some different mods, he is going to have something to help him over that handicap. Rem is going to be doing a lot of the thievery-based mods out there, including one called Thieves' Arsenal, which adds in a bunch of special tricks to the mix. So you can buy things like noisemaker arrows that actually distract people, grease arrows and create a big old pile of grease that make people fall down, a blackjack that if you hit someone who's out of combat and unsuspecting, you can just knock them unconscious. And a lot of fun stuff like that. He's also going to be playing with player-created traps that Mascar's Oblivion Overhaul allows you to do. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Artemis, one of the things that he's going to be having different about his playthrough is a mod that actually isn't in any of the collections because it came out literally like a week or two ago at the time of recording. Shroud over Stalris Manor, and I think another horror-themed one he's going to be playing with. Rem's other ones, other than all the Thieves one, there's one, the Thieves' Arsenal, there's also a Thievery in the Imperial City one, Vaults of Cyrodiil is another one, so all sorts of thief-based lockpicking things are going to be in there that he's going to be doing, and he's also going to be doing some of the big lands. There's certain mods for Oblivion that add like whole new lands. Aleswell is one of them. There's another one. I'll figure out the name next time when we're doing it. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but large, well-reviewed, well-downloaded, big old extra land mods, which for all I know may not work. That might be a reason why they weren't included in Rebirth Plus, but I'll find that out and see if it works for us. Next up, we have Braum, who is an orc. He is someone I'm going to be using to do the Knights of the Nine Revelation, which is a big award-winning famous mod that was made for Oblivion years ago, doing several other mods kind of along that vein. And then back to Skew, the guy that we covered last time going through the tutorial, and we'll play more with him today. I forgot to mention, Braum is also going to be using that combination of mods instead of ultimate leveling. He's going to be leveling up in the old-fashioned way. But his benefit, instead of Thieves' Arsenal, to kind of help him out, he was going to be trying Vilja, the companion mod, which, if you go to Nexus Mods, is apparently one of the best-loved mods out there. It's a companion, much like the companion mods you see a lot in Skyrim. I think it might be the prototype for a lot of those, but well-done companion, runs around with you, and that will be helping Braum out with his slow leveling. Now then, as you can see, the background is back, so yes, saving and reloading does work. But we are going to now jump to the Imperial City and check out what's going on there. Now, if people are familiar with Oblivion, if you've played this game before, you probably know what are the best beginning places to go. But in this playthrough today, if I can, there's 3 things that I want to hit, which are kind of the default beginning things for Oblivion if you've never played it before. One is that ruin right there, right in front of you when you walk out of the sewers. Going to be exploring that. Then there is 2 quests that I want to get done. They're kind of the... I feel like you haven't really made a good base in Oblivion until you've done these quests. It is the one that takes place right here in the Imperial City, in the Merchant District. And then there's another one which is about right here, Aleswell, the town. So Aleswell is just a very easy place to get yourself a chest that won't despawn on you. Kind of like in Skyrim, if you put things in a container you do not own, they could eventually despawn, so owning a player home is good. Aleswell is a way to get around that. You do a little quest, and you get a inn that just says you can stay for free, there's no charge for you, so it's a bed you can always use, and a dresser that never despawns. It's a great place, especially if you're playing a character who wants to do any sort of alchemy. A great place to store all of that stuff you're not using. Now, one of the other fun things about Rebirth Plus and Ultimate leveling is you see the yellow bar down there. Yeah, I just saw discover new location, you gain 25 experience. You gain experience for exploring the map, doing things like that. But if you rest in a bed, you gain a 50% increase to the experience you gain. So it's one of those mods that lets you roleplay, because you do in fact have to sleep, but you don't have to, and it's not oppressive. You know, the copious coin purse, so we can meet the guy who we're going to have to talk to for that first quest. It is his. The Society of Concerned Merchants want to talk to this guy right here. But anyway, ultimate leveling. So you can have to sleep, take care of yourself, and if you do, you get increased experience points. But it's not an oppressive system. You don't have to carry around food. You're not being punished. Survival mods in like Skyrim are fun because you have to be fighting the cold and stuff like that. For the Heart of Cyrodiil, where we don't really have cold and the elements to worry about, I don't want to have to carry around food or be penalized if I don't drink enough water or something. I don't think it adds something to this game like it does in Skyrim, but I love having a mod that does encourage sleep, so I do have to play my character a little bit. Anyway.
Thorinir welcomes you to the copious coin purse. Such a pleasure. How can I serve you?
All right. Now, camping, that's a whole different thing. Another Rebirth Plus mod. You can actually buy a set of camping gear. You can take it and set up a home kind of wherever you want. But that costs a bunch of money. I'm not going to deal with it right now.
Blasted thief. I hope they string him up when they catch him. He's a slippery one, though. The beggars are his eyes and ears. I have the best prices in town. Why? I'm smart, and you're smart. We know the right people, we get the best deals.
That sounds shady.
Anvil is all in an uproar. First the chapel attacked, now the prophet ranting about the end of the world. By all accounts, he preaches that the attack on Anvil Chapel is an omen of some kind of coming doom.
This is the Knights of the Nine expansion.
You should go to Anvil and hear him for yourself, if you're interested. They say he preaches outside the chapel every day, rain or shine.
Right.
Yes?
Now, again, if you are not familiar with Oblivion, this is how you raise people's disposition towards you. I'm going to do it before I go with him. So we're going to click this, check his expression. That's a good one. That's a bad one. That's the best one. So these two I want. And that one's bad.
Ugh, please, you've got a point.
Click the right ones, it goes up. Click the wrong ones, it goes down. The bigger the bar, the better the increase.
Please, I'm embarrassed. But I won't. I doubt it. What a wonderful compliment. Yeah, you've got. Ugh, that's foul. I can't get away. Please, that's pretty far-fetched. That's pretty. I won't fight. You're good.
Ultimate leveling does
Goodbye.
give you some
Please,
points
come
experience down there for
What
persuasion,
kind of
but not for selling.
Let's
So
do
if you're
business.
used to leveling up your mercantile, it doesn't actually give you experience with this one. Other fun things to worry about. There are actually two mods. In Rebirth Plus, there's a mod that adds in cloaks and backpacks to your character to raise your weight allowance. Maskar and Discuro, I think it might be Maskar, also adds a backpack. Because of the way the collections work together, you just sort of run both at the same time. So congratulations, you can wear two backpacks at a time. There's no real reason not to, and yeah, it's just a fun quirk. Oh, I can raise that even higher. He likes me.
I can't afford.
Okay.
No deal.
Oh.
That's more than I'd usually pay.
Also, with these collections, if you hold down Control and Alt together, then you can just auto-sell things one at a time and not have to worry about it. And just hold them down, sell. I guess I should keep those. I do not think I'm actually...
You've made a good bit of...
I don't know if I'm going to be doing much alchemy with skew. I kind of want to. Because I always do, all my characters do.
You drive a hard bargain.
All right.
Goodbye. Please, come again.
Now, in order to start this quest, let's go talk to one of the other merchants.
Yes.
Jensen's good as new merchandise. Let's see what she sells.
Welcome to Jensen's good as new merchandise. I'm Jensen. Feel free to browse, friend. Take your time. I'll be right here. It's nice to see a new shopper. I was afraid I lost any hope of new business ever since Thorinir opened up.
Really? Tell me about that.
I think you might be just the kind of person we're looking for. Perhaps you can assist us with a problem we're having here in the Market District.
Start from the beginning.
I'm the chairperson for the Society of Concerned Merchants. We formed this group a while back to keep a nice, fair economic balance in town. Not every store is a member, but we're slowly trying to convince them to join. Everything was fine until Thorinir opened his shop nearby. Selling all sorts of merchandise, he undercuts prices like you wouldn't believe. He doesn't always sell what we sell, but it is still a problem. People who buy tend to want to spend their money there. That leaves none for us. It's getting so bad a few of us may have to close up shop. He outright refuses to join the society or even discuss the matter. We are convinced he's up to no good. What we need is for you to case his establishment and figure out where he gets his inventory. Find some proof of his wrongdoing and let us know. We cannot do it ourselves, as he recognizes all of us. The job pays a fair bounty in gold when he is brought to justice.
Okay.
Everyone comes to the big city to buy and sell. Why not? More stores, better selection, better prices.
So, inventory.
His inventory must be stolen. It has to be. He prices less than it costs to make some of those things. Go see for yourself.
You know, one thing that I think was always lost on Oblivion is his prices aren't actually lower than other places. I would love it if it actually was reflecting this quest, and then finishing the quest could actually be a trade-off between, do you want to keep the store that sells things really, really cheaply, or get the rewards for this?
I hope you're more successful uncovering his scheme than we've been. Delgroshug always seems at ease in light armor. He moves well in it. Can I interest you in some of my wares?
And I think I am going to need to buy... Oh, I should disposition her as well, probably. But I will deal with that later. I'm not going to make you sit here while I disposition everyone in town. That does sound, for ultimate leveling, where I don't have to power level my speechcraft, it's still a great way to power level itself, because you can run around, raise the disposition of everyone you meet, and then just put those points into whatever you want. I might do that between this and the next time that I'm playing Skew. Now, the other big thing, what time is it? I need rest, because I am tired of running around without my experience increase.
Hello.
They say that the priests and priestesses of the Chapel of Dibella have...
What do you want? I do have a bed available for 20 gold a night. Would you like to rent it? Very good. It's up the stairs there, first door on your left. Sleep well.
You know, for a game like this, I'm always torn between how much do I want to roleplay and how much do I want to meta. I love roleplaying. Roleplaying games are one of my first loves. It's what I do a lot of professional work in. But for a game like this, you know, how much do you want to jump into it? Because I've seen people who really, really love to roleplay in Skyrim. But if I don't have people to hear me roleplay, what's the point? Just be talking to myself. All right. Now, given the time, those other two quests that I wanted to do, I'm going to run and try and do that other
We're all
quest
talking
first,
about the Emperor's
so I can then
murder.
run
We
back
have no
here and meet Thorinir at night, though. So I should go talk to him first and ask him about his inventory. Oh, frick. Dang it, I missed it. He must have been in there. Is he? No. Unfriendly competition. Where are you? He was in there and I missed it. Alright, I'm gonna go talk to him.
What?
How goes it?
Where is he? Oh, he's still in the coin purse. I feel dull about that. Anyway, I am going to run then and do the other quest and then come back to this one. Thorinir does shady stuff at midnight, so I am going to want to talk to him, but I can wait on that. So until then, Aleswell, like I mentioned, is a great starting quest that everyone should do. I don't really consider the game started until I have a place to store my things, and it's a great place to do that. The other weird thing about using ultimate leveling, for people who just grew up on Skyrim or whatever, you've never dealt with the core Oblivion leveling system. I love this game to death. The leveling system is weird because acrobatics, jumping, was a skill. I took falling damage. I did not think that I did. That's the weird thing about collections of mods, is something can go wrong and you don't know where, you don't know when. All of a sudden you're just jumping twice as tall as you did before, and falling damage is gone, and you don't know what's wrong. What was I saying? I don't remember anymore. Oh, yes. Running is a skill in Oblivion, athletics. So the more it levels up, the faster your fatigue regenerates and the faster you run. Acrobatics is also a skill. The higher you jump, as well as giving you the ability to do dodge rolls, make attacks while jumping, and things like that. In the core leveling system, those are horrible major skills because they level up so slowly, and the way to level them up is just to jump everywhere. It's a habit I'm in. You're going to see me do it when I'm running with Rem and Braum and using the default system, but you just jump everywhere. You're just jumping. That is how you play the game. Luckily, I do not have to do that right now, but I do have to deal with whatever is going to come my way. So I do not have... What spells do I have? So I have healing, my invisibility, beast tongue, and for my starting skills, I'm also going to be having protection, calm a creature, alteration. I am very excited to see how Skew plays. Having a permanent invisibility spell is going to really change how you approach everything. Aleswell is right up here. And it is a fun... It's not a very difficult quest at all. It's not even very time-consuming. But it is fun. Hello, sir. It's also a really fun thing about Aleswell is if you are into alchemy, you can pick that garden and then put it here in your dresser.
Excuse me. We have a small problem that we hope you can help us with. You may be wondering why you can't see me. We are all wondering the same thing.
What happened?
Everyone in Aleswell suddenly became invisible several weeks ago. It was sort of fun at first, but the novelty has definitely worn off now. You can imagine how difficult it is to run an inn while invisible. Once you get a reputation as a haunted inn, you can just forget about it. So we've all been keeping quiet, hoping the spell will wear off. But we're running out of patience. We're sure it was Ankatar's doing, but we can't find him. If you can help us, we will be extremely grateful. He's a wizard who took up residence in the ruins of Fort Caractacus a couple of years ago. He's caused us no end of trouble with his magical experiments, but nothing as bad as this. We've tried to find him, but had no luck. If he's still living in the fort, he's hiding from us, and no wonder. If you could find him and get him to remove this cursed invisibility, we will all be in your debt.
All right.
We're pretty sure he's still hiding out in Fort Caractacus, although he never answers when we've tried to find him. It's just to the southeast of here. Follow the path down the hill. But watch out for the invisible monsters that infest the ruins.
I am invisible.
It's our natural barriers that keep us safe, mostly. Mountain borders north and east, open sea to the west, and bogs and rainforests to the south.
All right.
Bye.
Hi there.
No way. Yeah. I thought it was sounding quiet. I apologize if I've been so loud compared to the rest of these people.
Something I can do for you?
He mentioned invisible monsters, and he is right. So, luckily, I can control invisible monsters. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So one of the mods that I have adds chests. This is not in the core game. But wow, that is quite the piece of equipment. That must be the fort. No, they mentioned invisible monsters. Unless something jumps out at me, I'm going to assume...
Go away! I don't want whatever you're selling.
That would be...
I told you to leave me alone. Go away. Oblivion take you. What is it you want from me?
Invisibility spell.
Yes, I have been working on a new invisibility spell. As you can see, it works quite well. Why?
Tell him about Aleswell.
Oh, really? Everyone in town? That must have been what all the shouting was about a few weeks ago. I'm afraid I was engrossed in an experiment that required my full attention. You see,
Quite the character.
in order to increase the efficacy of the spell, the radius was likely to approach the... Oh, never mind. I don't mean to bore you.
If you have a high enough intelligence, you can actually ask him to keep on elaborating.
You can tell them not to worry. The effect is not actually permanent. It should wear off eventually.
Eventually.
Well, in a year or two, maybe a bit more. There's no way to be absolutely sure. That's the exciting thing about basic research.
They can't wait for a year.
Really? I find being invisible quite refreshing. But if it will get everyone to leave me alone, fine. I did work out a counterspell last week. If I can just put my hand to it. Ah. Here. Stand in the center of town to make sure you get everyone. Oh, and make sure... Never mind. It should be fine. I am sorry about that. Just use the reverse invisibility scroll I gave you. I've already given you the scroll. Stand in the middle of town, read it, poof! It is exactly like magic.
I don't trust you. I'm gonna butter
So?
you up to find out what you're not telling me.
Don't waste... That's pretty... Don't...
yes,
So you say. Whatever you want. Not now. Yeah. Sure, that's cute. Don't... That... Yeah. I accept. I have no... That... Not bad. Don't waste your flattery on me. Not... That... Good... Whatever you want. That... Don't... What... Good one. That never happened. Not bad. Yeah. Don't talk such rot. So you say. Sure. What nonsense. I accept. Good one. Yeah. What I see.
Now let me ask you that again. Are you sure this works?
Yes. Just read the scroll in the middle of town. It should work. Although... Just in case, it might be best if you wore this ring while you were casting the spell. I make them myself, very useful for this kind of research. Not that I think anything will go wrong. Serious side effects are highly unlikely. Don't forget to wear that ring I gave you when you cast the spell.
All right.
Good
Thank
day.
And while I am here, if you are not paying attention... no, he's coming. If he's not... Sorry, I'm genuinely excited that I have fall damage back. It's not much of a buff to not have fall damage, but it's enough of one that it feels like cheating. I feel weird that there's not more. There we go. I have an invisible bear. You are mine, and I shall call you Fluffy. Come, Fluffy. So in hindsight, I suppose I'd get experience if I fought him, but you know, nobody should disrespect my Fluffy. Though I am genuinely curious how long I could keep him. This ability lasts for 196 seconds, and I genuinely don't know what happens after 196 seconds. There's a weird noise that happened before. I don't know if there was a rat disappearing or something. Going to turn invisible. That would be amazing if he didn't. That is amazing too. I am excited about that. Fine, I'll take it.
Thank you, thank you. I can't tell you how good it feels to be able to see myself again. My sisters, on the other hand, I wouldn't mind if they had stayed invisible. Ah, me. Friend, you are welcome at the Aleswell Inn anytime, free of charge. I've seen plenty of alien ruins. You'd think they'd be picked clean after 2,000 years, but no, there's still great treasures there.
You don't say.
We haven't seen him since that whole invisibility mess. I hope it stays that way. There's never any charge for you, friend. Upstairs, first door on the left.
Thank you kindly.
Be seeing.
How do you do? Greetings to you.
The Imperial.
Now I have a place where I can store my things. I think I might want to hold on to that one. But this stuff, my stolen goods, and all of this, I will come back at some point and create potions, if for nothing more than just the level up experience. As of now.
Uh-huh. So long.
So that is quest number 1 done. What's nearby? Okay. Time. I think I might be late. I'm gonna have to get Thora near. Next day. Let me see. If I jump to the market district, is he there? Let's see. Now he is still in his place. I'm going to have to deal with that next time. It's raining. I'm going to go rest in my room, which I still should have. It hasn't been a day.
How are you?
Yes, it has. I just got myself a free room, and I have not used it.
Good evening.
You know what? I'm just going to pay.
What can I do for... I do have a very...
As much as I just got a free bed, I do not feel comfortable abusing fast travel like that. You 8 hours sleep. Now I should have that rested bonus for... I think it lasts for 8 hours. It's as long as you sleep, but I think it might be a maximum of 8.
They say that when you murder someone, the Dark Brotherhood comes to you in your sleep. It's how they recruit new members.
This guy here,
What?
Nilthus O'Melion.
Without question. Well met.
This is where to go to get stuff from Mascar's Oblivion Overhaul.
May I interest you in some of my fine
At least
wares?
that's what I've remembered. The skinning knife, which I don't know if it does anything in this. It's supposed to be used to get pelts, but I can just do that. But Tinker's Tools, Sewing Kit, Parahammer's Deeds, which are what you do in Muskar's Overhaul to build new things. You can just drop all sorts of stuff. Buy a forge, get boards, which you can use to craft different items, though you need a kit, like the Tinker's Kit, to use them. So good place to go. Though
Farewell.
I think, because of the way that the overhauls mix together, I assume everything from Muscar is working with hard mode, because it's supposed to be completely compatible with Muscar's.
How can I help?
It is. Let's go hit the dungeon. This is the first dungeon that you see when you step out. Now, for this character, I'm going to want to play with some of those fury spells. Things to really play up my invisibility and turning people against each other and illusion magic. But as of right now, all I can do is find people and hurt them. But where are they? I am surprised, intrigued, and a little scared that there does not appear to be any bandits. You, I don't think it would be a good idea for me to fight. Snakes in hard mode. They can poison you so badly. Okay. Either way. If the bandits aren't here, I'm going to be very surprised by that. I don't know what happened to them. There he is.
You elves are the same. All flash and no fury.
Oh, frick. So they were fighting mud crabs over there.
Where are you? This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death.
I could really use an animal companion right now. Let's try that again. Until I have
Your
raised my
presence.
level enough to really play into my character, I'm stuck.
Look who we've got here.
Ah. One day soon, I am going to be a terror. Mine controls enemies from the shadows. But today is not that day.
Jump on my sword.
Oh. First levels are where I figure out how my build even is.
He was here a second ago.
Am I supposed...
I think I can make this character work. Obviously, an invisibility spell is so powerful. But I definitely need to level up and get myself some destruction magic. The Supreme Magicka, I cannot even use my first level flare spell. My ranged magic attack that just comes standard with all Oblivion characters. In hindsight, I should have definitely mind-controlled the snake. One more try. I can do this.
To arms. To arms.
Oh, frick. All right.
Huh? Where did you go?
So we're gonna have to do this a little bit differently.
Where are you? Yeah.
There we go. That was way more trouble than it was worth, but local breeze, I still don't know what it does. I suppose that just goes to show what hard mode means. Things are not... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Well, that explains some things. By being de-leveled, you can run across people that have powerful pieces of equipment, people that have just all manner of things that you are not expecting. That is actually amazing. So 3 or a 7. You know what? I'm taking that. This is my new weapon, and I am going to have to be infinitely more careful. Because I am not going to repeat that again. I am going to figure out how to do hard mode with these characters. Have some fun with them. Arguably, I should go and get him some more magic. I should go and prep myself, but I think I want to try this dungeon anyway. Nah, you know what? I am going to turn it off here, and for next time, I'm going to have gotten myself some new magic, maybe upgraded some equipment to make sure I am genuinely prepared to go through that door. Thank you, everyone, and I will see you all next time.